Welcome back, it is your boy Joker, and we're here again with another Zenless Zone Zero video. Now, if you guys are new here and you guys don't know, every single day we upload Zenless Zone Zero content. We are not going to stop until we get to where we want to be. Look, hope you guys are doing well today. Your boy's doing alright. It is a day off, so your boy slept in masterfully. Good Lord have mercy. I'm not going to lie to you, that was deep tissue sleep. You know what I mean? Now, as you can see here, this is going to be our second installment of it. The first one was with Billabong Industries. We are going for the Cunning Hares now. So without further ado, we finna hop right on into it. So, what are the Cunning Hares? The Cunning Hares were formed as a small-scale human resource dispatch agency. Their main business to deal with commissions relating to hollows. They're small in size. All members possess noteworthy abilities. The agency was originally registered under the name Gentle House, but due to the founder's cunning and crafty style, they earned the name Cunning Hares. Nicole herself prefers the nickname to the original, so she simply adopted the name on the streets of New Eridu. And this is from, obviously, the official Hoyo Lab article. So, as you can see, it's kind of like a little Odd Jobs team. If you know, or if you guys have heard of an anime called Gintama, this is kind of how I see, this is pretty much how I kind of like combine these guys, right? Cunning Hares, Gentle House, and Odd Jobs Gin. They kind of like pull up, get a little couple of jobs here and there, go ahead and figure some stuff out. But it's not like some super high operation team. But you know, they're the ones you can call up in the neighborhood. Hey, we need to go to the hollow for this, do something like that. Obviously, you got to pay them nicely, right? A nice handsome payment. But they go in and they do some stuff, and they're very good at it. Like whether people believe it or not, they are actually pretty good at their job. You've seen it through the story. So, as of now, the Cunning Hares, aka Gentle House, right, or either or, currently consist of 4 members. So we are going to be talking about the 4 members as well, starting with the president of the operations herself, the captain of the ship, the captain of the team, the quarterback, Nicole Demara. Now, Nicole is the leader of the odd job agency, the Cunning Hares, who accepted all kinds of hollow-related commissions. She's been on the streets for many years and has a reputation among her peers as being exceedingly cunning. She's been blacklisted by many clients due to her all-or-nothing approach. She loves money but is surprisingly bad at managing it, leaving the Cunning Hares constantly on the edge of bankruptcy and owning many debts. Now, as a character, she is very charismatic, obviously. I mean, the team loves her, and even though, as you can see, she is not perfect, there is things that she has within her personality, and she is very dependable to where people continue to follow her regardless of anything else. Now, this is good, especially from a standpoint if you are on a team that is high risk like the Cunning Hares. These guys are doing odd job stuff, especially within the hollow, and these are commissions that aren't necessarily safe. Like this is dangerous stuff, as you can see, and as you guys know, in the hollow there are a lot of, you know, monsters and all types of danger stuff, so you can get hurt or worse in there, and these guys take on the commission. So to see that you have somebody like Nicole at helm, yeah, she's goofy, yeah, she is somebody that you know, is kind of a, you know, a head ass per se. At certain points in time, it is good to know that she is dependable and she is exceedingly cunning, nickname, you know, obviously the Cunning Hares for the group. But that is good when it comes to black market businesses and different types of stuff that you gotta do underneath the table, you know what I'm saying, to have a leader that is very wisdom based like her. And then obviously she is about her money, so you know, people will get paid. If the money ain't popping, the commission ain't finna be popping, you know what I'm saying. But of course, there is, you know, some oofness when it comes to her actually managing the money, which brings me into my next person, and personally, right, my favorites in the group, Ambi Demara. Now, Ambi is a mysterious young girl who never talks about her past, almost as if she doesn't have one. She is calm and collected, but unusually competent and efficient in combat, almost as if she's had years worth of training. In an unexpected incident, Nicole brought her back to the Cunning Hares, as she has an emotional independence on her ever since. She loves watching movies, but due to certain lack of common sense, she seems to almost think them real life stories. Now, Ambi, if you guys don't know, right, I say this when I see the certain characters. This channel is basically centered around Ambi, Grace, and Miyabi as far as like my favorite characters goes. Those three upper echelon of characters, I love them, right? Ambi's an interesting case because she's more of like, I guess you could say, the crew today vibe. She's kind of like bulling, chilling, as you can see in the picture. She likes to eat, particularly burgers, right? But she's just chilling and just having fun, you know what I mean? And she's not somebody that's really like a crash out. That's more like Nicole and Billy. But having somebody like here that's kind of like center is really good for a crew like this, where everybody else, forgot, you know, Nikamoto's also a crash out, where everybody else though is more uppity, you know what I'm saying? To have somebody that is kind of like has her head straight on forward really rounds out the group well. And she is in charge of the money aspect, I guess you could say, trying to handle the funds and all of that stuff within the Cunning Hares. So you could tell how dependable she is based on that fact, because of the fact that somebody like Nicole, who really likes money, really likes money, is making sure that somebody else, being Ambi, is the one in charge of the funds and making sure everything goes on. So the dependableness of the character like Ambi, especially in fights, she's, I mean, everybody can hold their own, of course, but she is somebody that you've seen in multiple times, especially one of the instances with Victoria Housekeeping, when they first, I guess you could say, pulled up, everybody was hiding behind Ambi, you know what I'm saying? So somebody like that, that's the center of the core. I think that she's the glue that kind of holds the group together. She is definitely my favorite, I'm not gonna lie to you. And there is, you know, some stuff about her past that we don't know, so it is interesting that hopefully maybe we can get a little bit more of that on the, you know, in the story, because somebody like Ambi and Soldier 11, me personally, and I could be wrong, I think that they're sisters or some sort of relation to them, because they look exactly the same. Anytime something happens, for Soldier 11, you saw in like the trailer and stuff, she thinks about Ambi, you know what I'm saying? So something like that, I don't know, I wouldn't say clones or anything like that, because when you look at like the in-game statistics and stuff like that, Soldier is taller than Ambi is. So I mean, I'm gonna just assume or go with, you know, sisters and stuff like that. But anyways, we are gonna go on to our next person, and our next person is Billy Kid. Now, Billy Kid, a handsome cyborg with a casual and carefree personality. He's an avid fan of Starlight Night show, not only referring to himself as one of the Starlight Knights, but repeating many classic lines from the show. Refers to his pair of special custom made high caliber revolvers as the girls. They appear to have been a gift from an old friend. He may look unreliable, but once he gets serious, Billy can take on any challenge. Now, Billy might be probably the goofiest out of the crew, which is cool. I think that his being in the crew, like his entire persona, obviously when it comes to battling, everybody in the crew, like I said, is ready to battle. They are good, but it's really good that he has kind of this role in the group as kind of like a comedic relief type stuff. If there's some high stressful situations, you don't really see Billy that stressed or upset about stuff. You know, he cracks his little one-liners in, he does some like stuff like that just to keep the mood up. And I think that that's really good when it comes to just being in a group in general, regardless of what you guys are doing, but having somebody that can keep the group morale up. So of course, like everybody else is, he is a very beneficial piece to what's going on. Billy, when it comes to like a little bit of his backstory, this video will be dropped obviously before 1.2, where you'll get the Sons of Caledon and what's going on over there. Now, as of now, we don't know too much about Billy's backstory as far as what's going on there, but we do know that it's connected because he did come from that area, and he calls Caesar King, who is the captain of the Sons of Caledon, I mean the big boss, he calls her Big Sis. So there's some interesting things there. We're trying to figure out what's going on over there. Maybe the person that was in charge before then, I mean, you know, without trying to get too much into a rabbit hole, there was a guy obviously that took care of Billy before he wasn't able to anymore. Maybe there's some relation over there as far as Caesar King and him. Maybe that could have been her dad, and that's why he calls her Big Sis, because he felt like that was more of a father figure for him. But anyways, Billy's another character that is very fun. One of the most fun characters in the game, is even in gameplay. I mean, he's running around with the guns and stuff like that. If you really like that stuff, Zhu and Billy have your back on that type of fast-paced, gunslinging type of stuff. Right, now, last but not least, the latest addition to the Cunning Hares Gentle House will be Nekomiya Mana. Now, Nekomiya Mana, this is the introduction for her on the official website. The best mackerel is always the one you haven't eaten yet. Quote unquote, from, Nekomiya herself. Spirited and mischievous. She likes to play tricks on others. Your wallet is her wallet. Really, it's hers now. Athletic and daring, no hollow is too dangerous for her. Cats love fish is actually an incorrect stereotype, but Nekomaru does love fish. She has seen a lot of catastrophe and curiosity kill the cat moments, and seen many in secret that can't be told. Now, when it comes to Nekomiya, you pick her up because she was from one of the gangs that was early. Forgive me if I kind of missed the name. I don't know if it's the Red something gang, not too sure, but this is where she was before, and they kind of picked her up. She's kind of like, your usual cat that's on the street, kind of like running around, just doing cat stuff. I don't know, digging in trash, doing what she gets to do. But she is somebody that is, as you can see, probably perfect, not even probably, is perfect for the Cunning Hares, because other than somebody like Nicole, who is the captain of being cunning, if we're talking about some of the most cunning characters here, she's up there towards the top. You know what I mean? Being able to make her way throughout the gang and make her way still even to being in the Gentle House's trusts and stuff like that, because Nekomiya was going to be somebody that, at the beginning, she looked a little bit more on the antagonist side. She kind of tricked the entire crew. Not so much Ambi. Ambi kind of already knew what was going on, and, but Nicole was, you know what I mean? Hey, get some of this money. You know what I mean? She kind of already knew what was going on, but she tricked the crew into coming very deep into the hollow. You know what I mean? And that's pretty good, because when you look at the Cunning Hares is a group themselves that, again, in the name, they're cunning. They're not somebody that's gonna really be getting tricked or walk into sort of traps or whatnot from other characters. That doesn't seem to be their style. Of course, they're always in some stuff and they're crashing out, because that's just what they do. But it speaks a little bit more to Nekomiya's character that she's able to do some stuff like that, and another reason why she fits perfectly in the crew. Now, I do like Nekomiya. She's another person that is very extroverted, I guess you can say. She plays tricks, likes to joke around, specifically with Ambi, because Ambi's a little bit more like serious, not even necessarily serious, but just like, reserved. She's not as extroverted as everybody else is. So those two have a dynamic where she picks with her. They just pick back and forth, but they all care for each other deeply. Now, I guess you could say my final thoughts on Gentle House, the Cunning Hares, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully we get to see a little bit more of them in the story, because you did see a good amount at the beginning. They are the first people you see, but I'm not done with them just yet. Like, I understand that you got to get to some of these other factions and stuff that you haven't seen yet. You still have Section 6, you have the Sons of Caledon, you still have the Idol faction that we haven't seen yet. There's some other factions that are in the making and stuff like that we might have never even thought of, boom, that's going to be tossed out there. But the Gentle House is the first faction that you really get to see and hang out with. These are the guys that are have your back from the streets from right around the corner. You know what I mean? They're not some super high tier organization, kind of like Victoria housekeeping and stuff like that. Maybe, public security, where they're widely known by like everybody as like this big operation. Cunning Hares probably are widely known, but more maybe for the not good reasons. But anyways, these are very good characters, and they seem to have a really close bond with the proxies that are at random play. Wise and Belle are really cool with Nicole. You've seen in multiple instances, Nicole just walks in there like she damn near owns the house herself. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy, but still cool from an aspect of that, man. I do really like Cunning Hares. I do want to see what's next for them and see if maybe they end up adding another person. Now, at one time there was a thought of mine that they were going to probably do 4 per faction as far as playable characters, but and even though he's not confirmed yet for Sons of Caledon, you already have Lucy, Piper, Bernice, Caesar King, and then Lighter is somebody that's also there, and I'm pretty sure he will be confirmed as well. That makes 5. So maybe we might end up getting another person for the Cunning Hares. We don't know. We shall see. But hey, look, what are your guys' thoughts on the Cunning Hares? Do you guys like them? Is this one of your favorite factions, or is it, I don't really care too much about them? Do you love the characters, or do you not really care too much about them? And what other factions are your favorites, and what faction videos would you like to see next? Of course, I'm gonna be going after over all of them, but just let me know what you guys think. And pretty much like I said before, every single day your boy's gonna be in here dropping these type of videos. So if you guys like Zenless on Zero, if you guys love being around Zenless on Zero content creators and community, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe on there, bro, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you guys. Thank you for all the support.